You're listening to Hotepish with your host, Dwan B. Intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
What up, y'all? We are here live. I'm over here getting all this shit situated. It's taking me so long. I've been over here. I tried to log back on my computer. Ain't shit the way I had it the last time I was on. Y'all know how that go. God damn. Yeah, we here. What's up, Miss Porsche? What's up, Poppin'? What's up, Coinlito? Unsunken one said Neanderthals. That shit funny. What's up, Jay Elite? Jay Elite here early this time. Blue Duke. I hope you're not a Duke Blue Devil fan. I can't stand the Duke Blue Devils. That was my wife. My wife went there, so don't tell her I said that. But yeah. Nah, I don't fuck with Duke. Yeah, we here. We're gonna talk about these thugs. What's up, Zen Master? Like this shit, share this shit, and subscribe. We are about to talk about who the real thugs are. I remember Dick Gregory used to say that. I got that from Dick Gregory. Those are the real thugs. And Dick Gregory used to be like, these people walk around, they ain't white. You ain't white unless you got a $1 trillion you ain't gonna spend. That's white. And Dick Gregory was right. He was right. He was right. Salute to the legendary, our great ancestor, Dick Gregory. If you're not familiar with Dick Gregory, please go back. Subscribe to my man Ronald B. Heard, Will Y'all Be TV. He did a lot of interviews with Dick Gregory before Dick Gregory passed away. Salute to Ronald Heard for making Dick Gregory famous again on the internet, so he can share his wisdom to people like you and me. But yeah, we about to get it in. We are about to get it in. We about to talk about the stuff that's been going on all week. I ain't been able to talk to y'all because I had 4 wisdom teeth removed. What up, Wig Splitter? Okay, UCLA all day. I used to like UCLA. I used to want to go to UCLA when I was a kid. And then I remember back in '96, UCLA only admitted like 90 black people. And that was including the football team and a basketball team. Ever since then, I've been like, fuck UCLA. I had already graduated by then, but just to know that the school that the Black Panthers were on, Bunchy Carter, Ralph Bunch, and Jackie Robinson, for that school to only accept 93 black people, that was some bullshit. But yeah, I had my teeth. I had some work done. I had to get my wisdom teeth removed, and so I could have come back and talked to y'all maybe Friday, but I wanted to give it another day because I don't want to be running my mouth too much. Plus, you know what I mean? I don't want to be over here talking. Thank God I ain't got that Boyce Watkins. Salute to Boyce Watkins, but y'all seen Boyce Watkins' teethus? I did not get that done. I did not get that done. Hell no, I got my wisdom teethus removed. Like, look at this. I'm gonna show you this picture right here. Let me see. It was a picture that's I'm gonna take a picture from when Craig roasted Boyce Watkins. That shit was hilarious. Y'all didn't see Craig's roasted Boyce Watkins on his channel, go and look that shit up. But you see Craig, that nigga knows, goddamn Craig look like he could breathe in. Don't ever sit too close to Craig. Don't ever sit too close to Craig Smith in that nose. He will suck all the oxygen out the room. You ain't gonna have shit for yourself. Stand on the other side of the room than Craig Smith. But back to Boyce Watkins. You see Boyce's grill? I love Boyce Watkins. I mean, I don't, certain shit I don't agree with, but that's how it is. You ain't gonna agree with everything everybody do, but at least he brings some financial information to the game. But look at his teethus. Boyce, what the fuck happened? What happened to Boyce? Like, he said he got some dental work done, but nigga, is your teeth flat? Like, teeth are supposed to horseshoe around into about 180-degree arc. Boyce's teeth is running at about 25, 20 degrees. He looking like Boyce Anderson Pack Watkins. I didn't have that happen to me. Thank God. I didn't need that. I did not need that. I just got my teethus done, What's up, John Clark? Yeah, thank y'all for joining, man. But yeah, I thank God. So, me getting my wisdom, I had to get my wisdom teethus removed because, Dennis been telling me to do that shit for years. And I've been like, hell nah. But when I finally decided to do it, I did it all the way. Said, remove all these holes. I'm not about to get back under this needle. Matter of fact, let me make sure that let me make sure that my shit be all the way right. Let me just be every day, just make it a habit to rinse them with my salt water on top of brushing my teethus. Flossing, because the last thing I want is that Boyce Watkins. I'm gonna be coming to y'all making these weird ass faces when I talk. As much shit as I talk, y'all gonna clown the shit out of me if I did that. Y'all will be clowning the shit out of me. Yeah. So yeah, we here. Let me see here. I'm trying to get a video up for y'all. I told you it wasn't none of this shit right when I came in here. Let me see here. Probably gotta get it off my Facebook page. I be talking so much shit on Facebook. It'd be hard for me to find what I need to look for. But yeah, I want to start talking about. I want to get off talking about, the whole RobinHood situation. And y'all saw how the real thugs shut this down. That's the title of today's broadcast. The real thugs. We about to talk about, because you know what I mean, you always hearing people talk about black folks this, black folks that. Oh man, why black folks can't do this? We just need to come together. Man, black people, here's the one that pissed me off. Black folks, we just need to do better. Do better than what? These motherfuckers? Do better than what? They, like, when black people do problems, when we do crime, when our people do crime, it's crimes of poverty. It's crimes of, not having enough. All of our crimes for the most part can be tied back to deprived something. It's always somebody didn't have something or a perceived injustice in some kind of way. Because, we don't go around just stealing from people just to fucking steal. For those of you who don't know, the stock market was going crazy this week because of GameStop, AMC, and those websites. I mean, not websites, those companies. Because of short selling. Hold on. Give me, hey y'all, I'm looking for this article. Give me like 1 minute, because I'm trying to talk and look for this shit. I'm gonna play this music real quick. I can't do both at once, because this shit is not coming up. And I need this to make my point. So I'm gonna turn the music back up. Give me 1 motherfucking minute. Okay, I found that motherfucker. We back. Thank you. Cause I wanna talk about this dude, Lee Cooperman. I don't know if y'all know who it is. Lee Cooperman. He was he cussed out. He basically went on air and got mad and basically called it an attack on the wealthy. Going back to what I was talking about when it comes to who the real thugs are. What happened this week, for those of you who don't know, GameStop, the people on Reddit about a month ago, saw that GameStop, AMC, and a few other places were bet on to be short sold. And what they did was they made a really nice chess move. And I want to shout out to these people because this is what you call doing it. You know what I mean? Instead of talking about it, being about it. You know what I mean? And I think we as black people, this is something that we can learn. The reason why I'm always stressing education, whatever you do, get an understanding of it, is because when you get an understanding of things, you then start to find more options. And people can't just play you. Like when I talk politics, you see people sometimes go around and they be like, well, why don't you just run for mayor? Well, why are you complaining? You know, we had to vote for Biden. What else could we do? I'd be like, look, man, learn politics, take a basic civics class, take a political science 101 if you want, and if you want, go to 201. But if you just take a basic civics class and a basic political science class, you know enough about politics to know that there are more things that you can do. You can withhold your vote. You know when you see someone like an Ice Cube giving a plan, if you understand the inner workings of politics, you know he's doing the right thing because you don't want to give your vote unless you've been promised something by the people you're voting for. That's just basic politics 101. But a lot of us, we don't want to study politics. We here read a civics book and feel insulted. Instead of understanding the game and how it works and knowing how to use whatever power you have to your advantage. Well, on Reddit, there has been a chain of basically a chat group talking about, investments and how to basically invest your money. And so what you're having right now is a fair amount of people that have their money in the stock market made a brilliant chess move. Brilliant. They saw these companies were short sold and when the dates were on those puts. And to counteract that, because of the understanding of the stock market, they put all of their money on these companies, AMC Theaters, GameStop, you know the rest. So what that did, consequently, was it caused investors to lose $5 billion. Short sellers lost $5.5 billion. And this is what they say. I'm sure they lost more. I'm sure these motherfuckers lost more. But short selling has been a problem in America, and it's been a problem for a long time. Short selling has taken a lot of companies that we love into the ground and out of there no more. When it comes to these venture capitalists, these vulture capitalists, these are the people who use racism as a means for them to continue their thug behavior. Keep us all confused, keep us all fighting, keep us at all one another's neck while they just steal our money. And they do things like short sale is one thing they do. Like the reason why we don't have companies companies like KB Toys, Circuit City, these companies aren't around anymore because of things like short selling. And not just short selling is the end of it. Like what they'll do is like Bain Capital, Mitt Romney's old company. And that's why I'm like, you see how they keep putting Mitt Romney out there as if he's somehow better than Trump? Mitt Romney, this motherfucker Mitt Romney, his company Bain, they literally took KB Toys out of business. They'll take over a company, put these high-ass commission fees on it, saddle it with debt, so much debt to a point to where they know the company can't recover. And then when they reach that tipping point to when they know the company can't recover, they'll then short sell the stock, bet on that stock, and then they'll buy puts and then make money on one, the debt that they put into the company, because all those fees is just money that goes in their pockets. Then they make money on the short sale. This is how a short sale works. When you buy a put, say a stock is at $10 a share, and you say you put a put. Let me see if I'm explaining this right. I know short selling. Let me get my head clear. Basically, what you do is you put a put down at $10 a share, and just say that stock sells. It goes down, and you go ahead and that stock then goes down, and you buy it at $5 a share. When it gets to that point, you get the money, the difference back in your pocket, basically. I'm giving you I don't have my notes in front of me. Like I said, my shit's fucked up. I'm giving you off the top of my head how puts work. It's my first time ever trying to explain this shit to somebody. But anyway, y'all get the fucking picture. So they make the money three ways. The debt that they didn't put on top, the short sale, and then once they short sell and the company dissolves, they write off all of the losses. That's why we don't have KB Toys. That's why we don't have Circuit City. That's why we don't have Sears. Well, Sears is about to go out, but Sears got other issues too. But that's one of the reasons. But that's the reason why we don't have all these department stores we used to have, because of these vulture capitalists. So they pulled their bullshit again. And granted, GameStop has an antiquated model. You know, people ain't really going out to buy games anymore, especially when you can go on a PlayStation store, buy your game directly online, not pay any sales tax, and not have to get off your lazy ass to put a new CD in. Why go buy a game when you can just download the whole from the PlayStation store or the Xbox store? So yeah, GameStop has an old way of doing things, and they're probably about to go out of business anyway. But the people got together and said, no, you know what? These people over here betting on it, we can make a whole lot of money just by giving it to them. And they did. They stuffed it to these rich motherfuckers. Now these rich motherfuckers is crying. I want y'all to hear what this thug right here had to say on CNBC.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together. The reason the market is doing what it's doing.
You hear that? You hear that? Let me play that one more time.
Is people are sitting at the reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just.
You hear how indignant he is? This fair share is a bullshit concept. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. God damn it, I didn't get everything my way every time. We lost one time, had 10 trillion wins, one loss, and this fair share is bullshit. You see what I mean by the real thugs? For you niggas that be like, we need to do better. Do better than what? That?
It's a way of attacking wealthy people, and I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
He says it's a way of attacking wealthy people. How is it an attack? You wealthy people call it a free market. If it's a free market and free people did some free shit, how is that an attack? Isn't that them exercising their freedom? And y'all notice how the minute a wealthy person loses a little bit, now all of a sudden we got to work together? Y'all never want to work together when times is good. When we see you making record profits quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter, it's never work together time doing that. I said this before on this show, and I'm gonna say it again. So, one of my dad's quotes, something my dad always said. I love my pops. I remember when my dad was going through, when my dad was going through a union argument with his job, a union fight. When my dad was going through that, they came to my dad and was like, we need to, the company's been losing money. We need to tighten our belts. We need to, so can you work a few more hours and we're not going to be able to give you a raise this year. And you know what my dad said? He said, why is it I'm always invited to the funeral, but never to the wedding? Why is it that I'm always invited to the funeral, but never to the party? That's what these corporations do. That's exactly what they do. They invite you to the funeral every time. You can come to the repast, and they may have some repast chicken for you. But when it's time to party, they ain't giving you shit. So now, when it's time for the shit to come back to you, we gotta work together. What kind of shit is that? You know who these people remind me of? They remind me of, you know how it is when you watch, remember how it was when you watch wrestling? When you watch the $1 Million Man? Remember the $1 Million Man? Remember the $1 Million Man, how he would, every time, he would be getting the upper hand, the other guy would get the upper hand. He'd get on his knees and then start begging for mercy. Y'all remember that on wrestling? Y'all remember that? The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. The minute you start beating his ass, he get on his knees. He begged for mercy. Have his shag shaking left and right. Hold on, no. He'd be wanting to pull out, some money. He'd be like, let's make a deal. Y'all remember him? He'd be like, let's make a deal. Then the minute the other wrestler turned his head and go to shake his hand, the $1 Million Man would kick him in the balls. Every single time. And as a kid, you'd be mad, like, no, don't shake his hand. Don't shake his hand. Because every time you shake his hand, he gonna kick you in the nuts and then pin you down. That's how these billionaire thugs really act. People don't understand, like, these images you see on wrestling, like, wrestling is just, we'll make the WWE, WWF, I still call it WWF, fuck this WWE shit. What made the WWF so real is the fact that it takes real life personas, real life people, but exaggerates them. You know, it puts exaggerations on top, but when you get down to it, they really tell you a little bit about life. And the $1 Million Man was a great character. Ted DiBiase, pay attention to that Ted DiBiase character. That's what you're seeing right now. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. You can't tell me this ain't Ted DiBiase?
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. And, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
Everybody's got a price. Down, 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 down. Y'all remember the $1 Million Man's theme song? Everybody's got a price. The $1 Million Man was no joke. But the $1 Million Man is the people that's in control of the economy. So the minute the people balance the shit out, boom, look what they do. Like this shit, share this shit, subscribe this shit. All right, we got 224 people in here, 99 likes. I need 225 likes in this motherfucker. Oh yeah, I had a few people inbox me about my cussing. Let me tell you very clearly, I'm gonna keep cussing, you dig? None of that fake shit. None of that fake shit around here. I ain't fake. Curse words are beautiful. Curse words are descriptive words. Curse words add flavor. You know, curse words add You dig? I'm not gonna curse every other word, but I'm not gonna stop cussing. Shit. Get the wax out your ears and listen to the story. Stop being so used to all. People would rather hear pleasant lies than the hardcore motherfucking truth. Smokesman said that nigga Virgil, though. Hey, Virgil was weak, wasn't he? I ain't been looking at the chat room because I've been trying to keep my mind focused. I looked down at the chat room. Smokesman said that nigga Virgil, though. Yeah, Virgil wasn't shit. A lot of you niggas is Virgil. Well, not the people in the, I'll take that back. Not the people here in the chat room, not the people listening live, not the people listening to the replay, but everybody listening know a Virgil. Y'all know these motherfuckers at a turn and y'all share the same program to them. They be like, what's that Hotep shit? We just need to come together. Them niggas is Virgil. The $1 Million Man's bodyguard. For those who didn't watch wrestling, Virgil was the motherfucker that every time $1 Million Man would get into something, Virgil was always right there. Virgil used to be the one picking up the money. He was a do-boy. Virgil was $1 Million Man's do-boy. He was dressed right, you know what I mean? He looked the part. He had the fresh clothes. You know, Virgil was somebody who, you know, he had the fancy car. Y'all remember Virgil? Y'all remember Virgil? This is you niggas. Sitting there with your bow tie. Y'all know these niggas. Scared, kind of pussyfooting around with their language. Around their white friends. You know, they the ones that come to your Facebook page, your Instagram page, and when you on some black first shit, they like, yeah, nigga, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. Shit, fuck these whiteys. And then you look at their own page, they say something, and the minute their white coworker say something, oh no, Jim, that's not what I meant. Oh no, you just have to understand that's not what. Then you be on the page like, oh, you just gonna let this motherfucker talk like that? Nah, man, we cool, man. We go back. He don't really act like that. You niggas is Virgil. Terry, you right, Hank Watts. Terry Crews. Leonard Thompson, Virgil look like Willie D. Virgil really do look like Willie D though. I didn't even think about that. Virgil does look like Willie D. Hey, Brother Love was the shit though. I love you. I used to love Brother Love. We are here at the WWF Saturday Morning Superstars. I have with you the $1 Million Man. I love you. Man, I love it. 80s wrestling was the shit, boy. Fuck what you heard. 80s wrestling through the early 90s, that was the shit. But yeah, let's break this down though. We're gonna get to talking about, because this is gonna be a perfect segue into what we're talking about next. Like this shit, share and subscribe. Y'all know I'll be on top of the dome. That's why I'm over here. But the shit always comes in. I always always bring whatever we talking back full circle. It's a learning lesson in everything we observe. The whole point of observing life is to learn, not to get involved. Do not get in other people's play. Don't get in other people's story. Everybody got their own play in this motherfucking life. You got yours. Observe this shit, then get back to your own reality. But within those observations is life lessons we all can get some game from. And if you have a problem dissecting the game, that's what I'm here for, to help you dissect the game. Learn from the shit and grow and get better. That's all this shit's about. I ain't perfect, ain't none of us perfect. We just trying to get better in this motherfucker. So like Virgil, he is the person that keeps white supremacy, racism, capitalism, all the isms intact. Because the $1 Billion Man themselves can't win. If you remember Ted DiBiase's character, he was never the best wrestler. Ted DiBiase, for the most part, got his ass whooped all match. When it was a head-up fade with whoever he was wrestling, Ted DiBiase always was getting whooped. We can also use Ric Flair as an example. Get your ass whooped the whole fight. And when it's time, how did Ted DiBiase get ahead in his wrestling matches? He'd do some cheating shit. He'd have Virgil right there. He'd be getting his ass whooped, and then Virgil be outside the ropes. And then the minute the referee turned his head, Virgil come up in the ring and beat up on the wrestler who's winning the fight, and then get out the ring, and then Ted DiBiase get back to working on him. No different than in real life. These punk thug, wealthy, rich motherfuckers can't fuck with us. They can't fuck with the people. So they pay niggas, Negroes, coons, sellouts, hoe-ass motherfuckers pennies to them, but more pennies than these niggas have ever seen. And these dumb motherfuckers are the safeguards for the systems that oppress all of us. All of this shit played out on wrestling right in front of us as kids. You dig? All this shit played out right in front of us as children. These wealthy, rich motherfuckers, they can't fuck with us. They not smart. They're not intelligent. They're not good. They're not better. But they do have something that they make sure we don't have, and that's a lot of money. And they use that money to pay others to protect them. And when a person finally beat up Virgil, then beat up the $1 Million Man, and it's time to finish him off, what do the person do? They have compassion. Just like the people. They take their foot off the gas. And the minute they take their foot off the gas, what did the $1 Million Man do? Kick him in the nuts and then win the match. No different than society, folks. It's the same shit played out over and over and over again. So when we talking about this whole situation with the people bankrupting, not bankrupting, but making them lose $5.5 billion, you see them lose their shit. The playing field ain't even equal. It's just got tipped 1/4 of an inch out of their favor. And look how much they bitch, moan, and cry. What if all the people decided, okay, we're not gonna pay our bills, we're not going to participate in this system at all for 2 weeks? What do you think humanity can get out of that? When you have 500 families controlling like 70% of the world's wealth, what if the other 7.7 billion people on this earth decided not to play the game anymore? What if people decide to understand the system for what it is, see the cracks and creases in the system, and manipulate those cracks and creases? What could we get out of these punk thug sorry motherfuckers if we did that? Think about that for a second. That's why I'm always talking about learning systems. If you're going to participate in a system, whatever system that is, learn the system. Don't just don't just be dictated to. You're not no fucking computer. You're human. Don't just be dictated to. Don't let these thugs just tell us you can only vote blue, you can only vote red, you can only do this. No. I'm going to pick up the same motherfucking book you read. And if I can't find the book you read, I'm going to find a book close to it. I'm going to find somebody who used to work in that industry, and I'm going to listen to what they got to say. I'm going to figure this shit out myself. Because like I always say before, this is another Dwannism. Write it down, just give me credit. The most powerful person in the room, in the dark room, this part isn't mine. The most powerful person in the dark room is the person who knows where the exit is. That part is not mine, but this part is. Why the fuck would they turn on their flashlight and show you the door? What the fuck incentive do they have in doing that? Why the fuck would they then turn on the person in that dark room that's in control of the dark room? Why would they then illuminate the exits to that dark room? That's why they don't educate. Because education keeps you in darkness. Ignorance keeps you in darkness. Education just brings light. The more you educate yourself, the more light you can shine. The more you educate yourself, the more light you can shine. And the less a motherfucker can keep you in a dark room. So the answer is education. And when I say education, I don't mean go to college. I don't mean even go to school. You don't need to go to no goddamn school for education. Education, all that means is whatever you do at your job, in life, educate yourself as to how that works. Educate yourself as to how the money is exchanged. How does this job make money? How does what I do at this job, how does my role in this job make this company that I'm working for money? How can I put myself in that position to be in the money flow, not in the taking a check flow? That's education. Education ain't some white university, and that includes HBCUs. Those are still white universities. Look at who funds them. Stop the bullshit. Education isn't taking a white university's piece of paper and saying, hey, I'm smart now. That's not education. Education is educating yourself on how to get whatever you're doing to work for you. You're right, one punchline, reverse engineer. You're right, Ronald Haskins. Some of us do need to stop trying to belong. A lot of motherfuckers do be trying to belong. And trying to belong is a major problem in our society. Nigga, black people, look, we create this shit, man. Like, what part of American society isn't black that makes money? America's #1 export is its culture. What is American culture? American culture is black style. Look at every single artist out there right now. Look at all the non-black artists, non-black American artists. Let's be specific to foundational black Americans. Look at every non-foundational black American, every Puerto Rican, every white, every Latino artist out there. What do they all have? Black American mannerisms. And they're playing black American music. Yeah, you got a lot of immigrants on the top of the charts, whether it be Cardi B or all these different people who aren't from here or they're anchored here. And the record industry has falsely pushed them to the front. But what kind of music are they playing? Our music. They'll talk shit about black Americans. Oh, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm not shitting on the good Nigerians that ain't on this tip. But I'm being very honest about the ones who are on this tip. They'll shit on black Americans, but then play black American music. They ain't playing that ain't nobody selling no fucking records rapping no Nigerian shit. Ain't no European music. Ain't nobody buying that shit. They buying European blacks doing black American music. So respect the culture. That's what we have as a people. We have to understand that. I beat this drum every episode we have because we have to really understand our culture, like for real. Because through understanding our culture, we can then stop allowing these other motherfuckers to make money off our culture, and we can make money off our culture ourselves. But how can we make money off of it if we can't identify it? People are like, Dwan, what you doing? I'm helping motherfuckers identify the culture so somebody out there listening can hear what the fuck I'm saying, pick up the baton in their own way, and live the culture and profit off the culture in their own way. I love seeing black people profit off the culture. I love seeing every time Tariq sells a fucking bunch of DVDs and movies. I love seeing that. God damn it, it's black. I love seeing black people make money off black shit. I love seeing Jason Black sell all his movies. I went to go see Race War when he premiered it out here. I love when I was there, the theater was sold out. And he's still selling those DVDs. I love when I see black people on the corner selling t-shirts, incense. I love seeing money get put back into our pockets. Because what do these other cultures do? You have the Asians selling Louisiana-style fried chicken, black people food. You got the newer thing that these motherfuckers got now. Not newer, it's been around. But you got a lot of these Asians that have those, the seafood bags. That's fucking black culture, the seafood bags. But it ain't no goddamn black people owning these seafood bag restaurants. But they bring that shit into our communities, make money off of it. When you see a TV commercial, whether it be for GMC, their trucks, Mercedes, BMW now have huge wheelbases. See, you young motherfuckers don't know. In the 90s, only black people had rims, nobody else. Then BMW got smart around 2002 when they reshaped their body designs. They made these huge wheel wells in that BMW 750. The new back then it was a 745, so it could accommodate 20s because that's black culture that they was studying. When they first brought out the Denali and the the Cadillac Escalade, they had them old small little donut ass tires with these little ass mini rims and big ass tires. Then the minute they put 20-inch rims on that motherfucker, Escalade became the #1 selling SUV back in the day. Black culture. You dig? The same shit people like, man, what these niggas doing, man? Black folks always doing. Black folks always doing what? Create new hot fly shit that older black people and black people who are out of the loop just shit on, while the rest of the world take notes and then turn it into a profit. Y'all hear me? We got a dope ass culture, but it comes, and the cultures always comes out through the age group between 14 and 24. What the little young niggas is doing between ages 14 and 24 is the culture that the rest of the world, it can't wait to mine off of. Thank you, Jay Lee. Thank you, sister, for the donation in the chat. While black folks are shitting on what the little young niggas is doing, the rest of the world is taking notes. Y'all remember. Black folks, little niggas, all y'all want to wear is Jordans. Jordans this, Jordans that. Jordans this, Jordans that. Jordan, what? Man, if you stop buying Jordans, you can buy a 16-bedroom house. Niggas saying dumb shit like that. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is saying niggas buy Jordans. Now, you got a whole bunch of Middle Easterners, Asians, white people owning the boutique shoe shops, shoe stores, selling black culture back to the world. Instead of the parents back in the 80s and 90s saying, hey, I don't understand it, but if all the kids are buying these shoes, damn, maybe the next time I refinance my house, instead of, and I ain't talking about the people who don't have, I'm talking about those who do have. Because there's a lot of black people who do have. Let's not get it twisted. All of us wasn't destitute. All of us ain't desolate. I worked in mortgage for five years. I worked in mortgage banking for 10. Hell, I paid my way through college cash because I worked in a fucking bank. I know what kind of money come through. I saw all the people that refinanced houses to buy a car. All these motherfuckers who had houses in the hood sold their house to move out to a cheaper area, spent all that money up in a year or two. All the niggas who got inherited a house from Big Mama lost the house because you dumb niggas was arguing and got behind on the taxes and couldn't come up with 20 grand, so you lost something that was worth 300 grand. Let's tell the truth, niggas. I ain't talking about those who don't have. I'm talking about those who have had the opportunities. Those of you guys who grandmama did leave some kind of a inheritance to, Big Mama left a piece of land, a plot of land. You niggas is arguing over the land instead of dividing that shit up, making some money off of it. And you got these little gold mine kids in the house saying, "Mommy, Daddy, I want a guitar. Mama, Daddy, I want to play an instrument. Now go to school, go to college." You got a little gold mine, smart little black children in the house. Every time the little nigga breaks something, he can fix it. Instead of putting him into a technical school that can help him grow that skill, you saying go to college, fuck what you good at. You saying stop wearing all those Jordans and saying, okay, when the next time I know Big Mama left me this land, when we cash out, maybe I'm gonna get my son, my daughter, and a few other kids together to see what's hot. And maybe I can create a little online business. Back then you couldn't do it online. I could put the money up, brick and mortar, and create a shoe store and sell the culture back to us. But no, that's not what niggas' heads was. We don't appreciate what we produce. And then we get mad at Nigerians. We get mad at people from Britain. We get mad at the black folks from the diaspora in the Caribbean. We get mad at the Latinos and the white people and the Asians for coming in and taking our shit. What's one man's trash is another man's treasure. And niggas be shitting out treasure thinking it's trash. We literally shit out treasure. We shitted out the blues. Jazz is hood music. And you don't want to give your kid a trumpet? Rock and roll is hood music. Country western, hood music. All this shit, techno, electronica sound, go-go, that's all hood music. That's all shit that we shitted out and they're like, okay, we're not interested anymore. Let's just keep going. I swear to God, black people, we are our own solution. They can't hold us back if we just value what we have. If we just value what we have, if we value ourselves, well, God damn it, let me say that one more time. If we value ourselves, there's nothing white supremacy can do to stop anything that we do. White supremacy needs us in order to stay alive. White supremacy needs us in order to stay alive. Let me say that again. White supremacy needs us to stay alive. White supremacy needs Virgil. White supremacy needs Virgil to stay alive. Stop. Remove the Virgils from white supremacy. It dies on its own. You don't have to pull out the guns, you niggas that's talking about. We don't have the guns that they have. But we don't need them. They'll turn them guns on themselves if you just get the fuck out the way. They've never not fought one another. They've never not fought one another. The only times of peace between Europeans is when they're going back to the drawing board and replanning their next strike. That's the only time of peace between Europeans. They call it diplomacy. Get these Virgils out the way. That's why I have no compassion for them. That's why I have no patience for them. That's why I talk about their mamas when I see them. As somebody else told me, you shouldn't talk about people's mamas because it's. There's another inbox I got. You know, the brother seemed like a nice dude, and if you listen, salute to you. But I ain't gonna say no names, no shit like that. I ain't gonna out the brother. Just an example. It's like, I don't like when you talk about people's mamas because there's a lot of black mamas who didn't. Look, man, look. If somebody says some shit that I don't like and I clown them and their mama, that's between them, me, them, and they mama. If you want to involve yourself in that, I can't do nothing about that. If I feel like talking shit because somebody came up in my chat room saying some dumb shit, I have the right to be mad at their mama for bringing this sorry motherfucker into the world. It's fun to me. I ain't talking about your mama. I ain't talking about all black women. Nothing black people need to get off of. You talk a little shit. They are, well, you need to start talking about all black. I ain't no all shit, goddammit. We ain't no monolith. I could talk shit to a dumbass and still have respect for the culture and the people. Stop being so stupid, people. Let's think on it. Let's think. Use your minds. Think. Everything ain't personal. Stop taking shit personal. These learning tools. This is fun shit. And just because I teach and talk learning tools don't mean I can't be obscene and vulgar at the same time. God damn it, I'm a full human being. Just because I teach don't mean I can't talk the shit everybody else talk. You got people that, you motherfuckers be throwing change back at the person behind the liquor store counter when they count the change wrong, cussing them out, calling them anything short of a child of God. Then come around here, hear a nigga like me teaching, and they be like, you shouldn't cuss. You're influential. You shouldn't say that. Fuck you, goddammit. I'm a full human being. Teaching don't put nobody above nobody else. Get that shit out of here. The last thing I want is motherfuckers putting, oh man, you're a teacher. I'm too fat. I'm too goddamn fat to be on a pedestal. Can't no pedestal hold me up. I'ma fall. Like Humpty Dumpty. Don't put me on a goddamn pedestal. I'm just here to spread some information and then go back to living my goddamn life. Speaking of living my life, I will be in the studio tomorrow on the drums recording my sample packs. My sample packs, live drums, funk, gospel, funky, live drum sample packs will be out to you soon. I will be in the studio tomorrow recording them motherfuckers. I appreciate it, Wayne. Peacock, cuss all you want, brother. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Said American Skin was half stepping. I haven't seen American Skin yet. I gotta watch American Skin. I haven't seen it. I gotta watch it. Yeah, hell yeah, I am good and stupid. That's the thing. What the thing I don't like is you see motherfuckers that be out there. They think because they read one extra book than the next nigga, they better than the next nigga. No, the fuck I ain't. That's just how I spend my goddamn pastime. Some people spend their pastime drawing. Some people spend their pastime scratching their nuts and minding their own fucking business. That's cool too. As long as you ain't spending your free time fucking somebody else's things up, shorting somebody else, it's all good. There are no pyramids in life, only plateaus. Pyramids are man-made. Stop putting one above the next. We're all brothers and sisters in this universe. We're interstellar beings having a human experience to grow when we return back to our highest selves. That's all the fuck we doing. All right? Stop all that extra shit. So yeah, we about to talk about this situation now. Chad Wheeler. Chad Wheeler is a white boy. If y'all don't know by now. He beat up his black wife. He beat up his wife, black. Beat her within an inch of her life. That's not an exaggeration, by the way. Because in the report, when he beat her, the motherfucker said he thought she was dead. And he kept eating. Beat this woman up. I'm not going to show the pictures because I don't like showing shit like that. I like to keep my vibration high. The picture of this caveman is as low as the vibration that this show is going to get. This motherfucker look fresh out the caves too, don't he? He look like he used to go around, meat. And then hit a woman upside the head with a baton. His own mama if he had to. This motherfucker here looks sadistic than the mother. Don't look at him. Talk about RobinHood. He look like, he look like one of the people that the Moors, it took the Moors like 5 years, 6 years to convince this dude to take his first bath. He took that one bath at the age of 23 and was like, fuck this shit, and never took another bath again. He looked like if he owned a ranch, he would molest his goats. Look at him. This motherfucker here, he looked like every barbarian, Hun, Viking, Frank, Visigoth, Vandal we done ever seen. He look like he eats raw meat. Well, anyway, he beat this woman and we didn't hear much on the news. Especially right away. Because I remember because I don't really watch ESPN anymore. I don't watch these male gossip shows anymore. I just don't. I think, they don't talk about shit. They don't even talk about real sports. They just talk about the gossip around sports. But back in the day, I used to watch these male gossip shows. What's a male gossip show? ESPN. Anytime a man, First Take, Skip and Stu, or not Skip, Skip and Shannon, is that what they call it now? I don't watch those shows. Because literally all those shows do is talk about and dissect and degrade and humiliate black people, specifically black men. And as a black man, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. You're not going to humiliate me, shit on me, and get me to keep watching. Not going to happen. Either you're going to talk about me and people who look like me with a level of respect, or I'm not gonna fuck with you. I just noticed all these sports male gossip shows. I remember when Ray Rice did what he did. That was around the end of my tenure watching these shows when Ray Rice punched out old girl. They replayed that shit over and over and over again. And then, okay, you'll have your liberal white supremacists, because you know it's a difference between your conservative white supremacists and your liberal. As a matter of fact, pretty soon I'm going to do a broadcast breaking down the difference, because someone asked me to, and I'm gonna do a broadcast pretty soon breaking down the difference, showing you how to point out your liberal white supremacists, because oftentimes black people have a hard time, knowing that a white supremacist is doing some white supremacist shit right in front of them, because that white person come with them with that Michael Rappaport, I'm down with the Negroes game. But for the people who are for the type of white supremacists who are down with the Negroes, those style, they'll say, well, Ray Rice was on camera. Well, Greg Hardy wasn't on camera, and Greg Hardy got wall-to-wall coverage. Jason Kidd wasn't on camera. That motherfucker Jason Kidd lost a whole fucking MVP because of something that allegedly happened that wasn't on camera, and now they hear about it all fucking day. It's like we can go down the list. Floyd Mayweather, this motherfucker spent 6 months in jail for breaking this girl's cell phone. That wasn't on camera. Wall-to-wall coverage when a black person does anything. White man does something, nothing. Nobody says shit. It's a small mention. I take that back. Somebody is saying something. It's a small mention that if you blink, you'll miss it. But they don't get the wall-to-wall coverage that we do. What made this become a story was straight black men. Straight black men were like, hell no. We gotta do something about this. What the fuck are y'all doing? Why is it that we always the ones on the camera when everything go wrong? We gotta hear ourselves get called toxic masculinity. We gotta hear, straight black men gotta hear that we're the white people of black society. Shouts out Jamel Hill. But then the minute a white person does something, everybody waiting. Ain't nobody jumping on that motherfucker. But we were. No feminists, no LGBTQ, none of them motherfuckers was saying shit. Until straight black men made this shit a story. Straight black men have always loved our black women. We're not going to be defined by the few who marry outside the race. Straight black men, we're not going to be defined by these niggas that had a bad relationship with their mama. So they going around talking bad about all black women. And I date outside my race because black women this, black women that. Black women understand this. When you hear a black man saying that, he's reflecting the relationship he had between he and his own mama. They ain't got nothing to do with you. Contrary to popular opinion, the overwhelming majority of black men marry black women. When black people get married, when black people settle down with other black people. We're a monolithic group for the most part. I mean, hegemonic group. We're a group that stays home. Straight black men are now stepping up because we have always held shit down. We've just let the degenerate society have their say. But that day is over. Degenerates no longer speak for straight black men. You've had your season. From the death of Dr. King to 2020, degenerates have had the mic. That season is over. It's time to return it back to how it was during the days of Malcolm X, during the days of Paul Robeson, during the days, even if you, James Baldwin. He was gay, but he was a real nigga. Time for the intelligent to start speaking up again. Part of the reason why I keep growing this show. I know I'm intelligent. And I know the people, I know the majority of black society is intelligent. But intelligent black society ain't been getting nurtured the right way through its entertainment, through its news, through its information. Intelligent black society's been having to consume all that garbage that these sorry motherfuckers been sending us our way. And then when we do get one on top of Bob Johnson, he give you a lame ass BET. Or you get a lame ass Byron Allen with that old lame ass what's that one he in? The Root? But the Griot, no, he owns the Griot. Where he put LGBTQ needs ahead of us. That salamander looking motherfucker. Intelligent black society is the silent majority. Black women who love black men, they are the silent majority. Most black women ain't no bra burning feminists. And if they do identify as feminists, they understand the racial hierarchy. The real black women. No more thugs speaking for black people. No more degenerates speaking for black people. No more people who got mommy daddy issues speaking for black people. James Baldwin was not a traitor. James Baldwin may have done some things you don't like. That don't mean he was a traitor. James Baldwin told the real in front of the world in their face. James Baldwin was real. Don't shit on that man's name. You may not like certain things. I don't like certain things he did either. A traitor is someone like John Lewis, who literally goes in office on black shit and then uses his power to advance causes that are anything but black, while getting other black people to co-sign on the Joe Biden crime law that we are suffering from. That's a traitor. Somebody that says, I marched down the bridge on Selma, but used your power to bring in laws that hurt black people or push a propaganda that ultimately hurt black people as a whole. As a whole. Not this person did something about that one person that I don't like that they did. That's not a traitor. That's just a nigga who fucked up. That's just a nigga who did some shit that you don't agree with. That's just a motherfucker that did something that's maybe a little sketchy, but that's between them. And yeah, it may look bad about this one little isolated incident. Okay. A traitor is somebody who sells out the majority of us for their personal gain. That's a traitor. We got to define these things. We got to know how to look. It's going to be things. It's going to be a lot of things that people do that we don't like. We got to know how to let certain shit ride. As long as what that person is doing isn't selling out the greater good of the whole. Van Jones sells out the greater good of the whole because he goes in front of the nation every day and he misleads the nation and tells the nation that black people need immigration and LGBTQ rights. That's a traitor. Because when it's time for black people to get spoken up from, when it comes time to talk about the things that can fix us as a whole, you mislead the people into a wedge issue that ain't gonna fix the whole. Just a few small people over here. That's a traitor. I think I might have to do a whole show on the difference between a traitor, sellout, coon, and a regular person. I might have to do a whole broadcast on that. But back to what I was talking about. Straight black men, I put this Facebook post up, and then I put it on Twitter, and I got a fuck ton of responses on Twitter. Like when I put this shit on Twitter, I'm first off by saying like 99% of the people were agreeing with me. They agree with it. Now I won't say 99. 95% of the people agree with it. But it was a lot of people who didn't. And the people who didn't, when you go to their profile, they were feminists. They had a foreign flag. Or they were gay dudes. But they didn't disagree with what I said. They would just say stuff like, why do you have to talk about the racial differences? Black men ain't doing nothing. No, I brought the shit up because y'all always the main ones pointing out what the fuck we don't do. And then the minute there's an issue out there that white society's not promoting and we're doing it, hell yeah, I'm gonna put that shit back in your face. You like, look, me putting your words back in your face is a lot more sanitary than your man putting his jizz in your face, Clarence. Niggas mad at me because I'm throwing words back in their face while they peeling jizz out their eyelashes. You mad at the wrong shit, nigga. I said it. Because straight black men, we do have our women's back. We love we love our women. We just got to understand how society works. Society gives the mic to the broken. That's why Casey Lemons can get any script she wants on TV. She has a sorry family upbringing. Lee Daniels, sorry family upbringing. They get these broken black people from broken places to tell they broken ass stories. Because a broken person is gonna tell some broken ass shit, depending on how broke they are. And then be like, the world needs to accept me. No, broken motherfucker, you need to accept you. The path to acceptance is through self. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. The path to acceptance is through yourself. Accept yourself and watch the world around you accept you. If you don't accept yourself, if you don't respect yourself, the world won't accept you, the world won't respect you. If you don't like yourself, the world won't like you. This whole life thing is a fucking play. We all play our roles. The beautiful thing about this play is we can decide to switch those roles whenever the fuck we choose. So if you want to play victim, you're going to stay the victim. If you're going to play victim, that means you're going to stay victim. Play winner, be the winner. And here's another reason why I don't have any tolerance for feminists or the LGBTQ. They be like, I ain't gotta be extra nice to them, man. Fuck them. As groups, not as people individually. Fuck their movements. Because their movements have always come off the backs of black people. And the minute they get whatever laws, whatever things their way, they don't give a fuck about black people. These people don't give a flying fuck about black people. That's why I can say that loud and proud. As organizations, as political groups, fuck them. And I don't care what anybody has to say about that. Not individually, because I know plenty of dope gay people individually. I know some feminists that I'm mad cool with. I have some great conversations with feminists. But I see how these groups are being used as Trojan horses to dilute black unity and to dilute black togetherness. So since your group is coming in, diluting black togetherness as a black man, it is my duty, it is my responsibility to call that shit out. Because it's harming my community. You can do whatever you, as far as LGBTQ, as far as feminism, y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. I have no issues with y'all as groups. But do it on your own. Why the fuck y'all always gotta come around us? We didn't ask for you. When we need you, you ain't there. You ain't there when we need you. But the minute you got an agenda, here you come. Hey, big head. To black people. The minute you got an agenda to push, it's hey, black people. It's the gays. It's the feminists. We're here to protect you. No, the fuck you ain't. You're here to take some fucking money out of our struggle and go back to your side of town. That's what you're here for. So yes, I got a big problem with you. This is a picture that was taken by a comedian I know named Ramona Stevens. Shouts out to Ramona. She put this up on her Facebook page. I'm glad she took it because I saw it. I was just driving too fast to take a picture of it. They have a picture. It's this picture right here was taken near the intersection of La Brea and Rodeo. The street is now called Obama. I don't call it Obama because Obama wasn't shit to us. It's Rodeo Road to me because that's where the fuck I grew up, off Rodeo Road, nigga. You knew you was an LA nigga on how you pronounced it. If you was in Beverly Hills, it was Rodeo. If you were on Crenshaw, if you were on Van Ness, well, it don't go that. Rodeo didn't get down to Van Ness because it stopped and merged with Exposition. If you're on La Brea, if you're on La Cienega, if you're on Crenshaw, it's Rodeo. Rodeo Road. This billboard, and they have the same billboard that you see on the screen. For those of you listening on Spotify later on, the billboard says, "Gay black men community lives here." What the fuck does that even mean? Black people live here in the area that you motherfuckers are trying to gentrify. Say that. This is the intersection. If you're looking at this shopping center, this is the corner. I remember this quick Dwan story. You know, I spent my whole life, you know, y'all know me. I was raised in church. I loved church as a kid. The night the riot started, it was April 29th, April 27th, 1992. It was a Wednesday night. I don't remember the date exactly, but I do remember it was a Wednesday. How do I remember it was a Wednesday? Because Wednesday was Wednesday night Bible study. And moms was going to Wednesday night Bible study come hell or high water. So the riots had just broken out. Little Dwan is, well, I was never little. I was even a big nigga back then. Little Dwan is 10 going on 11. I'm turning 11 in a couple months. The city's on fire. I'm watching the news. We're going down Rodeo Road. Mind you, there was a National Guard station right across the street from this shopping center that you see right here. Listen to the story. It's all going to make sense. There was a National Guard facility no more than 500, maybe 1,000 feet from this picture you see right here. But on the night of the riots, the night the riots broke out, we didn't see the National Guard come out and block this shopping center from getting burnt down. They went to Beverly Hills. They went to West Hollywood. They went to places where white people and white gay people live. That's why I mentioned West Hollywood, because the National Guard that was right there in South Central LA deployed itself to Beverly Hills and West Hollywood. So while we were driving down Rodeo Road, making a right onto La Brea, I look to the left and I see this very shopping center you see right here engulfed in flames. Wednesday night, about 6:45 p.m. Because Wednesday night Bible study started at 7 and my mama was always on time. "6:45 p.m., I see this very shopping center burned down. It fucked me up. And that was, you know, sometimes as a child, you have that one image, or not one, we all have these images that are like kind of like life imprinting. They kind of stay there and you never lose that image the rest of your life. That image is always burnt, etched in your mind. Well, one of the images etched in my mind was seeing this shopping center burn down. Because just to the right in this shopping center, just a little off camera, is where Warehouse Music used to be. For those of you from LA, you know Warehouse Music was a shit. That's where you bought your albums, your CDs. And it's also where we used to go to rent our movies. Friday nights, my family had a tradition. We eat pizza, then we go down to Warehouse Music at the same shopping center, and we rent VHS tapes. Rewind them before you return them, or you're going to face a fee. So as a 10-year-old boy, I had to see this shopping center burn down, a shopping center that I was at least once a week, because I was there, always there for something. As kids, hell, we ride our bike down there. We'd always ride our bike to this shopping center, because if you rode your bike the other way to Crenshaw, you had to deal with the motherfuckers. Well, it was some motherfuckers here too, because this is just outside the jungles. But it was a little safer on La Brea than it was on Crenshaw. So if we had a choice between riding our bikes to Crenshaw or riding our bikes to La Brea, we go to La Brea, because Crenshaw was a whole nother story back then. I had to see a place that meant the world to my childhood burned down on the way to church. Wednesday night, 6:45 p.m. While the National Guard, that was their center, was 1,000 feet from this place, went to go protect West Hollywood, a safe gay haven for gay America, gay white America. That was 29 years ago. 29 years later, you see these billboards from these outsiders who weren't around when we could have used their funding. Instead of the National Guard protecting a shopping center that meant the world to me as a young boy, they went to go protect you and yours. And you have the nerve to come to my neighborhood 29 years later while it's being gentrified? When a house that back in 1992 sold for $100,000 is now selling for $1.25 million? 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom houses. Those houses over there are kind of small. Like a house we grew up in was kind of small. Like 1,100 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. I took the time to pull up that place's website. And these are the thugs. Yes, I call them thugs. They're thugs too. They weren't invited. They come into my neighborhood. A neighborhood that could have used them and their funding and their help. 1992, nowhere to be found. Now they're gentrifying. They're taking black imagery and changing the narrative as if homophobia has been the problem in the area. Look, they got the pyramid with the sun. Fight back, not me, not now. Fight back against. The only oppression these niggas face is racism. And over there, especially racism in the form of gentrification. Black people don't do crystal meth. What the fuck is this? Free HIV tests? So y'all got the money to give niggas HIV tests, but you don't have the money to put proper education in the schools in the area. You ain't got money to help supplement that high-ass rent y'all raising. You ain't got enough money to build low-income housing, but you got money for free HIV tests. So your love is worth protecting, but if you happen to not love another man and you get killed, that's not worth protecting? A man who just happens to be murdered by another person in this community because the two people are fighting over a lack of resources. They see resources coming in because all gang wars is, like I said before, is crimes of poverty. So you can't protect the victims of crime of poverty, but you can protect these motherfuckers' love. Y'all couldn't even protect this nigga's hairline. Why the fuck is his hairline looking like the top of the key on a basketball court? The nigga hairline looking like a 20-foot jump shot. For those of you listening on Spotify, I'm on the website inthemeantimemen.org. This is the thug company that put these bullshit ass billboards up all throughout my neighborhood. inthemeantimemen.org. Black gay men matter to God. You don't think God know that with all these black gay men preachers out here? All these black gay male choir directors? God know. Trust me, God is cool with black gay men. And so was the black church. As a matter of fact, black gay men have always had safe haven within the black church. Let's tell the truth. The only thing black gay people have to face when they go to the church is jokes. Oh, you know Daryl over there, he's little. Y'all know old black women don't give a fuck. Is he? You told Daryl? He a little fruity, ain't he? Huh? Old black women, they whisper when they talking shit to each other. Ain't nobody else around. No need to whisper. Old black women be like, yeah, y'all know Daryl, the choir director. You know he a little funny, right? Yeah, him, the funny one. Yeah. That's all the fuck y'all have to deal with. And you not unique in that. Because they treat fat people the same way. You know Dwan. You know, the heavyset guy? Oh, no. The fat one, the one whose stomach stick out over his britches, that one. You know Jessica. No, I don't know Jessica. No, Jessica with the gap teeth. Every time she say, the bitch whistle. Her. Black society always got a little joke for whatever description that you go under. So no, you don't get no exception pass because you take it in the ass. Fall in line with the rest of us. Again, accept yourself. People always gonna have jokes. The black church has always been a safe haven for black. Hey, look, the second highest paid person in the church behind the pastor is the choir director. Want to tell the truth? A lot of these choir directors are getting paid more than the assistant pastor and anybody else on the board. Usually the pastor only one really getting paid. The secretary gets a salary, for being a secretary, and people who do different jobs and get small salaries. But as far as the money, that money is split between the pastor and the gay ass choir director. So we already know black gay men matter to God. What the fuck is this? Look at this shit. Homophobia, racism, and HIV can't stop me. Newsflash. HIV can stop you like a motherfucker. Rock Hudson. Ask him. Ask Rock Hudson how what HIV can't stop. You niggas ain't got Magic Johnson's drugs. HIV can definitely stop your ass. Homophobia can't stop you because it doesn't exist within black society. Jokes exist within black society. But you still gonna have a safe place to go, and they're not gonna exclude you from work because you're gay. There are only two industries that black people control without white interference. That's the church and music. And mortuaries. Those are the three businesses that black people, for the most part, can engage in without too much white interference. Churches, mortuaries, and music. And guess who has all kinds of prominent positions in churches and music? And even mortuaries. For those of you who've been to Angela's funeral home on Crenshaw, you know exactly who I'm talking about. You don't see gay people excluded from wealth and resources and the opportunity to provide for their gay families from black society. Doesn't exist, doesn't happen. And racism can stop you. It can't stop you if you're aware of it, but it can stop you if you're not aware of it and of its rules and how it works. That's why they're trying to conflate all this shit together. They're trying to put it into one hodgepodge and say, hey, it's all the same. Now, racism, ask a gay person how they treated in West Hollywood, how they're second-class gay people when they're around white gay people. Again, that's not something that has anything to do with black society. When I used to drive Uber and when I used to be out there, Santa Monica Boulevard on Uber at night, I see them gay people running up and down. And even back in my party days, Santa Monica Boulevard always had one or two straight clubs on it. And the one or two straight clubs on Santa Monica Boulevard would be the hottest nights of the week too. Like, why you niggas gotta be here? Why? We need to be on Sunset with the rest of the straight motherfuckers. I don't want to see nobody see me walking up out of this here and thinking I'm leaving the Abbey. For those of you who were in LA in the 2000s, y'all remember Pearl? Club Pearl on Robertson in Santa Monica? Some of the funnest nights I had in my life was in Pearl. But then the minute you walk outside of Pearl, Blue Oyster Bar music all up and down. For those of you who've seen Police Academy. Blue Oyster Bar. And you see how the gay black men were treated as second-class citizens to the gay white men. That ain't us, that's them. What the fuck does homophobia have to do with the Crenshaw district being gentrified? Homophobia ain't kicking people out their houses. Homophobia, and that's another thing, black people, stop all that reverse mortgage shit. Y'all putting y'all houses in reverse mortgages. Your kids only have 6 months to get the mortgage in their name. And all these banks got to do is slow walk that process or qualify them for an amount less than what they need. You owe $250 on a reverse mortgage. The bank only gonna qualify your son for a mortgage of $195. And then you lose a $500,000 house because you didn't budget right. And your kids lose out on something that you spent the last 30, 40, 50 years building. Because you wanted a few extra dollars and you allowed that motherfucker to sell you on a reverse mortgage and they got 6 months and they most of the time ain't gonna make that 6 months. And if you got a mom or your dad that has a reverse mortgage, ask them and get your credit together now. If your parents got a reverse mortgage and they're leaving you the house, get your money together now. Get your credit together now. And don't inbox me asking me for any fixes on credit tips. No. If you want to fix your credit, here's how you do it. Pay all your shit on time moving forward. Do that. That's what you do to fix your credit. Don't go to somebody saying they're going to mask your credit and give you, because as a lender, as a person who runs apartment buildings, I see that. I see people come to me, I run their credit report. Motherfucker 42 years old, ain't got no credit until 6 months ago. You think I'm going to approve you? Hell no. There ain't no quick fixes to none of this shit. Pay your fucking bills on time. Stop taking out more than what you need. If you have medical bills and things that have gotten you too far behind, don't be afraid to file bankruptcy and start over. But get y'all shit in order, because they getting the elders into these reverse mortgages, and then because you ain't got your credit straight, you losing out on a $500,000 house over a $20,000 difference. That's what's going on in the black neighborhood. And these motherfuckers coming into my neighborhood talking about homophobia is a problem. Homophobia ain't made nobody lose out on no fucking house, but racism has. Because racism, when I used to work mortgage, I saw this shit. They see your black ass last name, they see your black ass zip code, so since they can't legally redline you anymore, they just give you a loan amount that's not going to qualify you for enough money to buy a house in the neighborhood that's used to be black. Meanwhile, you got a white person with a lesser credit score get qualified for a higher loan amount and get the house that you could have paid the mortgage on. I'm not keeping it on that 2 minute hug, and fuck that. And look at this shit. They got the Black Power fist. It's our revolution. Well, if it's your revolution, why the fuck are you borrowing so much black imagery? Make it a gay thing. Because when I grew up, we had a gay black person that lived right across the street from us. This nigga used to play tennis all the time. We used to see him walking out of his apartment. Because I said on the house side, the apartment, we had some apartments across the street from us. We see him walking out of his apartment, walking down Rodeo Road to the tennis courts over at Dorsey High, Rancho Cienega Park, every day. And he skip his ass on down there nonchalantly. The Bloods didn't fuck with him. We talking about late 80s, early 90s LA, back when the BPS was running that hood. Lock, stock, and barrel. They didn't never fuck with him because he was gay. He walked his gay ass up and down Rodeo Road to the tennis courts or to the swimming pool every day, unabated. No problems. And now you want to come in my neighborhood with this shit. Driving wedges in my people's community. That's why I say fuck y'all. As an organization. And truth be told, talk to most gay people. I still know some gay people. I ain't got no issues with them. I still communicate with some gay people. But the gay people I know, they'll be the first one to tell you racism is the problem. All gay people don't think like this. I don't want to make this a us versus them. For the gay people that don't think like this, I speak for you too. But people who put other shit ahead of black, these slashes, black and gay, black and Christian, black and midget, midget and black, Cape Verdean and black, this and black, this, I don't, no, that means your agenda split. I don't get to split my agenda. No, that means we have different political agendas. Hold your own nuts, as Tariq says. I love when Tariq came with that. Hold your own nut thing. That shit was great. When it comes to these other cultures. Hold your own pecker and leave us out of this. That's all. Leave us the fuck out. Because when we needed it, those same people, when we needed the National Guard to protect this shopping center, a shopping center that I frequented growing up as a kid, you weren't with us. You were with the gay people. You said black people don't matter. Only the gay people in West Hollywood. Y'all went there. And now when them days is over with, y'all want to come back to my neighborhood because y'all want my neighborhood and drive a wedge between those of us in my neighborhood when black gay people have always been in that neighborhood and ain't never had no issues in that neighborhood. Facts. They've always been there. And they've always gotten treated like the rest of us. See, you saw Slauson over here, you being simply wholesome. You see black gay men and simply wholesome all the fucking time. Give me my mango smoothie and get the fuck on out. And I'm getting the fuck on out of here. I don't care. They can get all they want. I'm gonna laugh at that tight ass shirt with your nipples showing. Well, hey, that's just part of the game. But yeah, we were talking about this thug. I'm bringing that all up, circling it back to this thug, Chad Wheeler, in his situation. Where that picture? I ain't know what it is. Here it is. Back to this thug. We allow these outside groups to throw wedges between us when this right here is the true enemy to all of society. He's the enemy to other white people. Because these thugs are the type that bomb a whole fucking AT&T building in Nashville 4 weeks ago, and we ain't heard about that shit since it happened. The news ain't talking about that. The news don't talk about when these motherfuckers go thug, go wild as they behave, as wild as they are. Ain't nobody talking about them and their thug behavior. But black men, every time something happens, we gotta bear the brunt of all black people doing everything wrong and We got to bear the brunt of all of society being stupid because it's always one black person fuck up. We all fuck up. All black men. Black men are tired of this shit, man. Black men are the piece of America. Black people, black society. Because black men and black women, we in this shit together. Black child, black grandmother, black gay, black midget. We all we got. Because society shows over and over and over and over again they don't have any issues with white men behaving white. They'll turn a blind eye to white men behaving white. They'll call you out for addressing white men behaving white. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. It was a man this week. I'm looking for the article. I can't find it. They buried this shit. That was on the way to bomb the California State Capitol building. Here it is. No, this is it. Damn, it's another one. Let me see. This is the pipe bomb. This is night for the U.S. Capitol attack. It's so many. I've been here for a long time, so I don't want to spend too much time looking for this article. But go and look it up. It was some dude that was on his way to like bomb or shoot up the state house here in California, but they don't want to put it out there. Again, the media not using its microphone to call out this thug behavior, which means the media co-signs this behavior. So I want to give a special shout out and salute to the brothers who started calling this thug out. I'm not dissing the women who didn't. Women don't watch ESPN or these sports shows, so I don't expect the black women to totally be on top of this story. That's why you didn't see me downing black women or dissing black women. Because I don't expect black women to be on top of this because black women don't watch football. But black men do. So who better to put it out there than black men? One beautiful thing I have seen is after black men put it out, the majority of black women echoed the sentiment because a lot of black women are starting to see through this feminism bullshit, that it's a bunch of nonsense that uses them as a Trojan horse. A lot of black women are really starting to see that the LGBTQ shit is a Trojan horse that uses them for their own political agenda. So the black women followed suit. When the black men put it out there, the black women followed suit. And now it's out there and people are talking about it because the black men led and the black women followed suit and did their part. And as a yin and yang relationship that we are, we're putting shit out there without waiting for them to do it. That's what happens when black men and black women work together. We so fucking loud, we so gregarious, we're so big, we're so great, they can't ignore us when we do this shit together. That's why they gotta drive all these fucking wedges in between us. Black women versus, black women voted for Trump, voted for Biden more than black men did. Well, shit, still above 90% of black people on both sides voted for the motherfucker. Hell, Democrats, they hate black men so goddamn much 90% of black men voting for them wasn't enough. They wanted 96%. That shows you how little they give a fuck about black men. They say, well, black men voted for Trump. 1 out of 10 did. The other 9 out of 10 voted for your sorry, decrepit asses. And that's how you treat them? That's why I don't fuck with the Democrats. I don't fuck with either party. I believe in abstaining my vote until I get someone in office that's going to vote for some shit that's going to further my cause for my people. My people are the black Americans who can trace their lineage back to slavery on this land. Whether enslaved or free during that time, they were still caught up in a system that deprived them of resources. And whether they served as slaves or whether they were free, they all of us felt the effects of Jim Crow. Jim Crow, like I said before and I said again, was probably worse for black society than actual slavery was. Because at least during slavery, people knew what time it was. During Jim Crow's, when the deception got to a big thing and we actually fell further behind the 8 ball. And you got people come to this country that didn't deal with Jim Crow, American style Jim Crow, saying we all the same. If the police pull us over, they ain't gonna know the difference. Look, people, the lowest common denominator is not where I set black culture. Black culture is more than the lowest common denominator. Well, we all grew up, I've seen a lot of Latinos say, well, we all grew up in the ghetto. No, your parents decided to come here to the ghetto and undercut the labor costs. So my family had to move, not my family in particular, but black people as a whole had to move out of the neighborhoods and inner cities that their families descend from because your family decided to come over and undercut the cost of labor. It's a difference. Black society are the people who created jazz, hip hop, R&B, rock and roll, country western, bluegrass, who descend from the killing fields of the United States of America through Jim Crow, and through that still invented the air conditioner, Jack Daniels whiskey, the gas mask, the elevator, the light bulb, the telephone, the telegraph. That's where we have to meet if you're going to say you're one of us. No disrespect to anybody else. But we got to know who we are. And we can't let these outside people tell us who we are. And matter of fact, they don't even have an opinion on anything. They're either going to accept it or they're not. That's how we going to walk in our power as a people. We define the narrative. We control the narrative. And we put it out there and watch those motherfuckers bend the knee to what the fuck we saying because we that goddamn powerful. We just haven't been walking in our power. We just haven't been exercising our power. Just because we haven't been walking in it don't mean we can't do it. Black society is Kobe Bryant on the basketball court dominating the competition. It is Michael Jackson on the dance floor doing it better than no one else. It is Thurgood Marshall being the greatest justice that this country has ever seen, even though I'm going to meet him. It is whatever we as a people set our mind to, we dominate. We the best. We just been having our mind set over the last couple hundred years to being Virgil. Boom. Yeah. We just been setting our mind to being Virgil. protecting the powers that be, allowing them to do as they do in order to get a few dollars, and they get to while they're allowed to run everything. The minute black people decide to stop being Virgil and speak for ourselves, control our narrative, the minute we decide to do that, we'll win. There's literally nothing in our own way. There's literally nothing stopping you from controlling your narrative. Literally. Nothing stopping you from controlling the narrative. I had a white dude on my Facebook page. Cool guy. You know, I had no issues with him. But he tried to tell me what I saw when it came to this whole situation with the black woman getting beaten. And I basically, you know, told him I don't give a fuck what he has to say. And what I'm saying is king. And what you have to say doesn't mean anything. He got so angry. This motherfucker started inboxing me. He started inboxing people that was commenting on my comment stream. It's like, goddamn, these liberal white folks, they be cool as hell until they can't dominate your thoughts. They be cool as hell. But the minute you show them they can't dominate your thoughts and you have your own mind, they blow a fucking gasket. Well, I personally like pissing them off. So if you want to piss off a white person, have your own mind. Draw your own conclusions. Stop being Virgil. Their fucking heads will explode and they'll end themselves. We're not, Wayne in the chat room, we're not having this conversation. I'm talking and you're listening. He said, if black people are so good, why are we having this conversation? No, I'm talking and you're listening. Everything I said is facts. How about you pick up some information on black Americans? Dr. Claude Anderson's a good start. Read all 5 of his books. Read the laws. I just finished talking about Jim Crow. Did you not just finish hearing me talk about Jim Crow? And in spite of all the things that we did, the laws that put us back to where we are, hell, part of the reason why we have issues is because we obey all these fucking laws. Shit. The proof and the evidence is what we've produced and continue to produce. Now, as prisoners of war, we haven't been able, because we've allowed them, to eat off the fruit of what we've produced. And because we don't recognize our own greatness, which is also a casualty of war. He who wins the war controls the narrative. And all of us, we've been educated in European schools. We watch European TV all day. So we have a European's mindset on ourselves. So we don't value what we produce. So since we don't value what we produce, others come along and take it and make money off of it. Which again is why I'm having broadcasts like this. My job is to highlight our greatness. Your job is to pick the ball up and be great. Get it? I'm not here preaching. I'm doing it. My company, Breakthrough Advocacy Services, is me picking the ball up. I saw how the education system fucks over our children through the IEP, through special ed. So I learned how special education works. And I now go into schools and I use what was meant for bad for black society and turn it into good. That's me, my version of picking up the ball and doing it. I pick up the ball and do it when, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be in the studio playing the drums. recording my sample packs. When I take the talents that God blessed me with, that I spent a lifetime honing and crafting, and I use them to make money for myself and my family, and in my free time, I spread the information to others out there for free. Now, those of you who'd like to donate to the Cash App is right there. I have no shame in taking money for what I do. You ain't gonna money shame a nigga. You making money. Now, if motherfuckers want to donate, I will gladly accept. But I don't do this for the money. That's the reason why y'all don't hear no fucking commercials. This account isn't monetized, because the minute I monetize it, YouTube gonna want to start flagging what I say. Or what you said don't meet community guidelines. Or what you said pissed off one of our sponsors. So I don't take money from YouTube so I can say what the fuck I want to say. Thank you, Grown Man Bars, for your donation. Appreciate it, brother. Each one teach one. Pick it up and do it yourself. And anybody going around saying, what are you doing for the black community, is a lazy bum who ain't doing shit. Yeah, I'm going to say it flat out. Because I ain't never, all of my years working in black society, the 25 years I've dedicated in South Central LA since 1996, King Drew Medical Center, as a student tutor to younger children, through my years volunteering South Central LA to my last job that I had, which was damn near volunteering with the amount that they paid us. I've been around helpers my whole life. My doctor, when I used to be at King Drew Medical Center, that was my doctor's program. Black doctor, Dr. Robinson. Salute to Dr. Robinson. My mentor in life. Love him to the death. Still alive today. Love you, Dr. Robinson. Dr. Robinson created a reading program because he knew his reading issues. Free education, free supplemental education every Saturday. King Drew Medical Center. And then once a year, what did Dr. Robinson do? He paid for every kid in that program to go to camp for a week. Usually the camp was at University of Santa Barbara or University of San Diego. They got to stay on the college campus in college dormitories for a whole week for free. He covered the whole bill. Usually that camp ran him anywhere from $75,000 to $100,000 a week. And we talking about the 90s and early 2000s. He paid for it. That's the stock that I come from. Living that kind of life. Why am I saying this? In all my years doing this kind of life, when I go down to the Southwest Police Station, Southeast Police Station, Newton Division, 77th here in LA, they knew my name. Not because I was in them jails, but because I was getting resources, because there aren't too many resources in the hood. So some of the free karate programs, some of the resources that I would get for the children that I worked with, they all put their resources in the police stations, and the police stations funded some of the community programs that I would put my kids into. So they knew my name. Why am I saying all this shit? Because in all of my years doing this shit, 25 plus years, I've never run across anybody who's doing the work like me say, so what are you doing? "25, 26, going on 26 years doing this work. I've never run across anybody that's doing the work that goes to somebody else and says, so what are you doing to help the black community? Only people I hear saying that dumb shit are selfish motherfuckers who are living their own life, not paying it forward, and then they come across somebody like me running my mouth. Okay, if it's that bad, what are you doing? My life's work is what I'm doing, motherfucker. Stop the dumb shit. Don't entertain these, oh, what are you doing to help the black community ass niggas? Because the only people asking that are sorry motherfuckers who ain't doing shit themselves, waiting on somebody else to save them like a hoe. Niggas waiting on King Kong to climb the Empire State Building, pick them up like a white woman, and battle the military and helicopters and bombs and shit and take them to safety. Those are the motherfuckers asking, so what are you doing? People who are out there doing it ain't got fucking time to ask that silly ass question. Cause you too busy doing the fucking work to be measuring what somebody else is doing. You too busy coming home pissed off and angry and hurt because the kids you work with wouldn't have eaten had you not had that session with them today. And you bought them some food. If you just, because you were tired and no nothing against them, but you just happened to cancel your session, that kid wouldn't have ate that night. But you bought it. That shit don't get played on the internet. And if someone do play that on the internet, they whack. Only a weirdo's gonna walk around with a camera talking about all the good things they doing. Because people doing good things ain't got time to have no fucking cameras around. Not when your heart is on the line. You ain't got time to show the world and get likes when you put your heart out there in what you do. So if you one of those, so what you doing to help the black community ass niggas, you got two choices. Check yourself. Ask what you're doing to help the greater good. Get off your ass and actually do it. Or if you're not willing, leave us who are doing the work the fuck alone. You don't know how hard it is to battle what's going on in the world and to come back to some motherfucker who been having their feet up on the couch all day, watching ESPN, come up in your inbox, come up in your chat room, come up in your face, asking you what you doing when you got the blisters on your hand to prove it. Don't entertain these niggas, progressive black people. Self-love, self-approval, and all the issues that we have. If there's an issue that you see going on in society, be the solution to that issue. And for those of you out there helping, salute to you. And my advice to the helpers, this is my sincere, heartfelt advice to those of you doing whatever you can do to pay it forward. Don't take it personal. Do what you can do. You can't solve it all on your own. Play your part, play your role, and go back to your family and give them love. Don't let the ills of what you see on a daily basis when you're confronted with the evil of this world, don't bring that evil back home to your wife, to your children, to your mom, to your dad. Before you come home at night, I recommend you get a piece of black kyanite, get some obsidian, get some tourmaline, get one of them crystals, take a deep breath. Remember, you just playing a role. You can't save it all. Don't personalize it, and don't bring that filth of what you're dealing with out there in the world into your home. Leave it out there. For those of you out there doing the work, for those of you who care, for those of you who do whatever you can do on any level, whatever level you can do it on, you may only be able to drop some shit in a helpful organization's money account. If you're only able to drop $50 in organizations helping black people, don't walk away feeling guilty that you was only able to do 50. Be proud of your 50. Don't allow the guilt of not being able to do everything slow you down. Don't allow that guilt to minimize what you can do. Do your best. And for you loser motherfuckers, your mom's a hoe. Thank y'all for listening to Hotepish. Intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk. Get yo shit on my website, hotepish.com/apparel. We got the new coffee mugs, got the t-shirts, got the hoodies. Y'all see them? Hotepish.com/apparel. We got women's cuts, we got men's cuts, we got fat nigga cuts, we got clothes for you little short skinny motherfuckers too. Whatever your size, we got it. Get yours right now, hotepish.com, intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk. Be on the lookout for my meetup group. I think I'm going to do it February. My first one is going to be February 12th. I'm doing my relationship meetup group. For those of you in relationships, it's a happy relationship group on Meetup that I'm going to do once a month meetup on, and we'll do them. You're going to have to find it up on Meetup or email me at hotepish either hotepish@gmail.com or my company email info@breakthroughas.org. Send me your email address if you want to be part of that meetup group. And the happy relationships meetup is whether you're in a romantic relationship with your significant other or a parent-child relationship, cousins, whatever it is. If you want to get more out of your relationship, get the happiness out of it, get the love out of it. If you're having issues butting heads with people and you know people, or you get with women or a man, whatever you are, and the relationship just ain't happy, you dig the person, you like the motherfucker, but it's a transactional based thing and you don't get the joy and fulfillment and happiness out of it, I am here to help. Not as somebody who's just, I didn't go to school for this shit. I'm somebody who live it. I'm still best friends with the motherfucker I met at 3 years old. I don't have bad relationships with people like that. I have a great marriage. Me and my wife get along really well. Like, this shit's fun. And since I know how to create a happy environment, I'm here to share how I create these environments. And as a backup, yes, I do have a bachelor's degree in communication studies, and I'm like 2 credits short of with my minor in cultural anthropology. So yes, for those of you motherfuckers, I did go to school to study communication, but that's not the point of view I come at you at. I'm coming to you at the point of view of someone who has very fruitful, very happy, very loving relationships on all levels between my parents, my wife, friendships, and all. I'm a motherfucker that just want to share my secrets. So if you want to be part of that meetup group, email a nigga. And remember this: there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to listen. My name is Dwan B. I'm out.